Hello, my lovely friends. This is Valores again, or you can call me Sonia. Today's topic is very touchy and it's disturbing. So, whosoever does not will not like it, I'd strongly advise them to go to another video of their choice. The video today has to do with step parents, stepmothers, stepfathers, um, biological parents, blood relatives, and even worse when you're in this country without proper documentation. It's like you're walking on thin ice. I have some concerns which a lot of parents, caring parents, should look into. I would like to know what are some of the reasons when a parent sends a child 4 years old to this country to a step parents. They are very excellent step parents, and you have some that just need a broom. Okay, they don't treat these children very nice, not pleasant. I was invited to my girlfriend's son's birthday party. He was 3 years old. And these kids in Canada, they love Christmas. They love birthday parties, any kind of parties. They like the ice cream, the hot dog, the hamburger, the loot bag, everything. And I noticed there was a little girl. She just sat there and she was eating a slice of pizza, while the other kids were just busy eating, gobble down everything. That's party for them. And I said to my friend, this little girl is shy. She doesn't mingle. And my girlfriend said to me, she just came up last night. I said, what do you mean she just came up last night? She come from Jamaica last night to her father. Right? Now, I cannot understand why you'd send a 4-year-old child to a stepmother. Why aren't you raising your child yourself? Everybody would say, oh, when you come abroad, it's better for them. It's more progressive. Who told you that? Hmm? Who let you know that? That's not true. Parents abroad, some of them are very wicked and unkind to these children. And parents, I would speak for Jamaica, they are burning these mothers, these stepmothers in Canada with of their responsibility. Okay? If you feel comfortable with it and you trust that person, that's fine. Just keep praying for that stepmother or stepfather. Okay? Now, what I have a problem with, a lot of children have called me concerns that they're mean, unkind treatment they're getting from step parents. And all I can do, most likely they know a lot of stuff, but they're still scared. And I'd listen very keenly. And I would say, you know what you have to do. And I've been caught up in the system several times because these kids will come to me and they tell me what they're enduring at the hands of their step parents. And I'll be home, and these people from these organizations will call me and ask me, "Do you know this child?" I said, "Yes." And they identify where they're from and who they are. And they want to know what the child told me. And I said, "You tell me what they tell you, and I'll tell you if I know about that." And they would start telling me, and some things I'm shocked. I've not heard that from that child, but they tell it to the authorities. Now in Canada, if you suspect, you don't even have to see, but if you suspect that a child is treated unkindly, you can be charged, reprimanded, whatever, if you know and do nothing about it. These kids know exactly the phone number for all these organizations, and they call. So I'm not asking to be in the system, but when they call you, you have to cooperate with them, right? So I would strongly recommend, I'm an adult and have gone through a lot of abuse, a lot of abuse. But when I went through all those abuses, I was not in the country with proper papers, and they take advantage of me. Okay? You have, say you're in Jamaica, and your children's father or mother want you to release the children to come abroad. Why release them so early? You have up to 20, that child has up to 22 years old to come in the country. You can let the immigration department know that this child is on my file but will travel later. They accept that. Once the names are there, the age, the mother, everything, they have up to 22 years of age to enter the country. Why are you sending your children so young? They don't have a say. You're saying, well, they get better education. Jamaica has one of the best educational standards in the world. Okay? Jamaica people are talented. They're educated. Once they get the chance to go to school, they're the best. So don't say, oh, it's for the education or the privileges. They can come when they can communicate with the other parent of any kind of bad treatment that they're getting. Right? In Canada, I've seen parents, I've witnessed with my eyes. The child gets a phone call from the mother, say the mother is in Jamaica, and the stepmother stands there and she listens to the conversation. She knows what the other party said to the child based on the answers, and then it's not pleasant when the phone is hung up. It's like they're in prison. They are in prison. The other thing is, these stepmothers do not want to look after your children. They tell me that. They say the mother is enjoying her life. She goes to party. She sleeps however long she wants. They have to take care of your child. Not all of them enjoy that. Okay? So you should think if you want your child to come here at 4 years old and up, you gotta have a point where you says, my child will not travel until he's 10 or 8, right? These children go through a lot. They go through physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, financial abuse, bed abuse, spiritual abuse, slavery. They work like an adult, wash the bathtub, mop the floor. I want it shine and stuff like that. Nutritional abuse. They can't get a drink from the fridge until the adoptive parents feels like they should have it. Okay? There's hardly any communication. It's like they're in prison. They're isolated. Not all step-parents are good. Some are great ones. And some of them are terrible. They said they did not bargain to take up anybody else's burden because it impedes them from enjoying their life. Okay? They can't go on trips. They can't travel. They can't, they have to get up and do things for their child, whereas the mother is having it easy. They just wanted a ring and an MRS period to their name, and the government check that comes in every month. They don't love your children. Some of them do not love your children to take advantage of them. And you know what? Some of these biological parents, they know exactly what's going on and they do nothing about it. So the child is on his or her self alone. There's nobody to complain to. They can complain to the teachers. They know how to handle situations like that. But some, nothing is being done. One girl called me one day, she was crying. And you know what the stepmother did to her? She had her hair combed in 4. Back and this way. And she was doing the dishes. I don't remember exactly what she said happened, but it's like nothing. And that stepmother took out a plait of that girl here. Just went in and come out. That part was bald. She had to comb her hair in a special way to hide the bald spot. And the father knows and does nothing about it. Father physically abused her. The stepmother says nothing. These things are not allowed and not supposed to happen. Taking care of somebody's child is hard work. Very hard work. Okay? And the stepmothers have to do it. They didn't bargain. They didn't bargain for that. They wanted a ring. And a husband. But the children come with it, and then that comes too with them. When you take a child 4 years old and up and send them to a father or mother, and they have a stepmother, it's a lot of work involved. Okay? Anywhere from 4 years old, you gotta wash the hair. If it's black people here where it's tight, They have to wash it every week. Put special hair dressing in it, Vaseline or Dark and Lovely, whatever it is. You have to take these kids to school. Stepmothers have hard work, lots of work. They have to take these kids to school. They have to pick them up after school. They have to pack nutritious lunch. If you allow them, they'll fill their lunch pail with all cookies because kids love sweet, right? If they become sick, say they go to school and they're not feeling well, the first person at the school call is the parent. You gotta go get these children. If they look more sick, you gotta take them to the doctor. Who takes them to the doctor? Especially if she has a responsible job. The stepmother or stepfather. They have to take that child to the doctor. Medicine. The school will not accept these kids if they're sick. You have to stay home and look after these children until they're better. The school does not give kids medicine. You take the medicine, they will not give it to your child. You have to take care of your child until your child is fit to come back to school. Okay? You got to do extra laundry. You have to teach these kids how to make their bed, how to fold the towels, hang up the clothes, hang up the towels. You got to teach these kids. They're children. They need to be directed in what to do to have a peaceful home. I used to give my kids, each of them had a color towel. One had yellow, one had blue, one had pink and stuff like that. So when I see a towel out of the way, I know exactly who to call. You have to teach these kids things. Okay? You must teach them. They're children. They need to be reminded. Or they need to be guided. Okay? So everybody live happy. Who goes to the school? The teachers, parent-teachers meeting. One of the parent has to go to see how the child is progressing in school. Okay? If they're boys or girls, they need some kind of recreation. Boys, they have to take them to the park for them to play. Taking care of children abroad is not easy. You have to take them to the park. Boys want to play basketball, they want to play football. Girls want to do ballet and, all these things. That's what the stepmothers have to do. They have to help with your homework. Guide them in their homework. Get help or pay somebody to help them. You just don't leave them like that. You want them to learn to swim. All these recreations children need to do. You just don't bring them and lock them in the house. You can't go out and you can't go anywhere. So this is what happens. You have to take them to Sunday school. You have to take them to church. You have to give them a hug. You can give them a kiss. They know what is good treatment. They watch television and they see. You have to go shopping for them. You have to shop for kind of clothing. Summer, winter, fall, spring. And every year you have to shop because they grow out of the clothes so fast. Who does that? The step parent has to do that. They have to mentor the kids. They just don't scream at them. You got to talk to them nice. Don't do this, don't do that, and you tell them why they shouldn't do it. Just so say, don't do it, don't do it. That's not the way you bring up a child. You have to give them the rationale behind whatever they're doing, why it's wrong or why it's right way. So step parents, work hard, So I would strongly recommend, I should know, it's your child. You do what you want to do. But how many parents in Jamaica send their children away? How many of them call their step parent abroad and have a friendly chat? No, they don't. How many of them, not even a friendly chat is good, but write a letter to the step parent and say, thank you for taking care of my child. I appreciate. How many of these parents would send even $1, $1,000, which is and says, buy yourself a drink? No, they won't. Somebody taking care of your child, let me tell you something. It's a blessing if you find somebody who takes care of your children like it's their own child. They need something to say, I appreciate taking care of your child. A letter, a postcard, but nobody wants to do nothing. If I had children and I had to send my children, say I live in Jamaica and I have to send my children to Canada, I would not release my children until they're 10 years old. 10 years old to come to a step parent. And for those 10 years old until they're about, I would say, maybe 14, 13, 14, I would agree for my child to have airmail envelope self-addressed with stamp so they can write me 1 letter per month. They write to me at the school and drop it in a mailbox or ask the teacher to drop it. Then I'll feel comfortable because I have high blood pressure, right? I would feel comfortable that I know what's going on in my child. These step parents, some of them, they're ruthless. You call your child, let me speak to Rose. They're there sitting by the phone and they listen everything. And the child have to pay if she says anything out of line. But that's my way, not your way. I need my child to have a self-addressed airmail envelope with a writing paper, and they write me at school, not at the home, because these parents, they want to read the letter. They want to listen to the phone calls. And some of these biological parents, they know and they do nothing. And the child living very scared. You figure, oh, she's abroad, she's doing well. Not really. Not really. Children have it hard. They call me. They talk to me. Government people talk to me. Some of them are only in it for the ring. The ring and the check every month. The check every month from the government. That's what they're after. They do not take good care of your children. Some of them, not all of them. Because I know this woman, I had so much respect for her, but so often she's asking to have her shift changed. She can only come in the evening or she can only come in the morning. And I inquired, why is she taking so much time off? This woman has to go to parenting class. She was abusive to her husband's 6-year-old child that the mother gave the father. I only speak to her if I have to speak to her because I cannot understand what could a child do why you treat the child so bad. You're taking out your frustration on the child. And I know another one, sometimes the husband not working, she makes sure she sends money, buy the backpack, buy the uniform. She always sending stuff to her husband and children. How many people are like that? You know, we need a lot of people like that. And we should support these good stepmothers. We should. We must. They're taking care of your most precious assets in life, your children. Not because they come afar and you figure more or less, oh, they're in heaven. Hell no, they're not. Please, could we experience, consider what's going on with our children while they're not with us? And if you're religious, pray for your kids. But I wouldn't send my child away. He had to be 10 and up. So please, comment, subscribe, like, and share. And please figure out how you can make your children stay in Canada peaceful and happy. Thank you. I'm out.